Horror has been on an incredible run lately, with recent years delivering everything from massive box office hits to critically acclaimed indie gems. 2025 in particular felt like a landmark year for the genre, thanks to a mix of ambitious originals and bold storytelling that reminded audiences why horror remains one of the most exciting spaces in modern cinema. As 2026 begins, the momentum doesn't seem to be slowing down, and one upcoming release in particular looks like it could become the next major sleeper hit. That film is Psycho Killer, a new serial killer thriller scheduled for release in February. While early 2026 has already seen several horror titles hit theaters, none have truly broken out in terms of box office success. Psycho Killer, however, seems positioned to change that. It arrives at a time when audiences are hungry for grounded, intense horror stories, and its first trailer has already generated strong buzz online. One of the biggest reasons Psycho Killer stands out is its creative team. The screenplay is written by Andrew Kevin Walker, the mind behind some of the most iconic thrillers of the past few decades, including, say, Se7en 8mm and Sleepy Hollow. More recently, he also wrote The Killer, a critically praised collaboration with David Fincher. Walker has a proven track record when it comes to dark, psychological storytelling, especially within the serial killer subgenre, and his involvement alone gives the project a lot of credibility. The film stars Georgina Campbell in the lead role, an actress who has quickly become a recognizable face in modern horror. After breaking out in Barbarian, she has continued to appear in genre projects, building a reputation for strong, emotionally grounded performances. In Psycho Killer, she plays a police officer whose husband is murdered in front of her, triggering a personal and dangerous investigation into the killer responsible. The story follows her descent into a world of violence and obsession as she tracks down a sadistic, satanic serial killer whose motives go far beyond simple murder. Unlike many recent horror hits, Psycho Killer is not relying on a massive star hiding behind heavy makeup or a gimmick-driven concept. Instead, it seems focused on atmosphere, character, and psychological tension. The premise is relatively simple, but that simplicity works in its favor, especially with a writer known for crafting disturbing and morally complex narratives. The tone suggested by the trailer feels gritty and unsettling, closer to classic thrillers than flashy modern horror. The supporting cast also adds to the intrigue, particularly Malcolm McDowell, whose exact role remains a mystery. Given his history in both horror and psychological films, his presence hints at a character that could be deeply unsettling or morally ambiguous, which fits perfectly with the film's dark themes. What makes Psycho Killer especially interesting is how it fits into the larger horror landscape of 2026. The year is already packed with big sequels and franchise entries, including new installments in long-running series. While those films will likely dominate headlines, original projects like Psycho Killer often end up being the ones that surprise audiences the most. In recent years, movies like Barbarian and Longlegs prove that low to mid-budget horror can outperform expectations if the concept is strong and word of mouth spreads. If Psycho Killer delivers on its promise, it can follow the same path. It has a respected writer, a rising horror star, a compelling premise, and the kind of unsettling tone that appeals to both casual viewers and hardcore genre fans. In a market full of sequels and reboots, it might be exactly the kind of original thriller that stands out and becomes one of the most talked about horror films of the year.